You've probably been told that if a woman isn't interested, you should just give up, move on, or try harder to prove yourself. But here's the uncomfortable truth: women don't miss men because they need them. They miss men because those men know how to create a powerful emotional presence, even in their absence. This video isn't about cheesy tricks or fake pickup lines. It's about understanding female psychology on a deeper level and how you can subtly position yourself so that even a woman who wasn't interested at first finds herself thinking about you when you're not around. Sounds impossible, right? But it's not. The truth is, indifference is not permanent. It's a reaction, and if you know how to flip that reaction, you can completely shift how a woman perceives you. Now, before you roll your eyes, understand this. Making a woman miss you isn't about chasing, begging, or proving your worth. In fact, those are the fastest ways to kill attraction. Women don't respect men who try too hard. What actually makes a woman miss you is the exact opposite of what most men do. It's not about being available, it's about becoming unforgettable. So, in this video, we're going to break down exactly how to do that step by step. I'll show you how to trigger curiosity, respect, and eventually desire, even from a woman who wasn't giving you the time of day. And by the end, you'll realize that making her miss you isn't about luck. It's about understanding psychology and playing the game differently. Why chasing kills attraction 1? Why chasing kills attraction? Here's something most men never want to hear: the harder you chase a woman, the faster she runs. Chasing might feel natural. You see someone you want, so you try to convince her, show effort, and prove that you're worthy. But in female psychology, this backfires almost every single time. Why? Because chasing flips the balance of power. Instead of her feeling lucky to have your attention, she sees you as the one desperately seeking hers. And let's be real, nobody misses what they already have too much of. When you're constantly calling, texting, or trying to impress her, you're giving her emotional over-up. She doesn't need to think about you because you've already made yourself too available. Think of it like this: if someone gives you free food every single day, do you ever crave it? Probably not, but if that food suddenly disappears, suddenly you realize how much you want it. The same principle applies here. Women don't miss men who chase, they miss men who create space and mystery. Here's the kicker: chasing also communicates something darker about you. It shows insecurity. It tells her that you don't see yourself as valuable enough to stand still and let her come to you. And nothing kills attraction faster than insecurity. Women are drawn to men who have options, who value their own time, and who don't need to beg for attention. So if you want a woman, even one who's not interested, to actually start missing you, the first rule is simple: stop chasing, step back, give her space to notice your absence. That silence will speak louder than 100 text messages. Imagine you text a woman 3 times a day and she replies short or dry. Instead of doubling your efforts, stop texting completely for 2 days. What happens more often than not? She'll wonder where you went, check your profile, or even reach out first. By not chasing, you created the space for her curiosity to grow. Silence speaks louder than text too. Silence speaks louder than text. Most men believe constant communication is the key to making a woman like them. They text good morning, check in during the day, and then end with a good night message. On the surface, it feels like effort, but in reality, this is the quickest way to make her take you for granted. Why? Because when your words are always available, they lose their value. Silence, on the other hand, has weight. It creates tension. It makes a woman think. And in female psychology, curiosity is far more powerful than familiarity. When you're silent, you give her the chance to wonder, why isn't he texting me? What's he doing? Who is he with? That wondering is the seed of missing you. Here's the truth: attention is a currency, and silence is how you increase its value. If you hand out constant texts and calls, she'll treat it like loose change. Always there, never special. But when you hold back, even just for a while, your attention suddenly feels rare. And people crave what's rare. Now, don't confuse silence with immaturity. This isn't about ignoring her or playing childish games. It's about balance. It's about proving that your world doesn't revolve around her messages. A man who doesn't feel the need to constantly check in shows confidence, independence, and self respect. That's what makes her lean in. So remember this, sometimes the most powerful thing you can say to a woman is nothing at all. Let your silence do the work. Say you've been messaging a woman daily and she suddenly starts replying less or takes longer to respond. Most men panic and send even more texts. Instead, you pull back. You don't send a message for a full day. What happens? She eventually notices the gap, checks her phone expecting your name, and may even initiate contact. That silence created more impact than any paragraph you could have written. Stop being too available. 3. Stop being too available. One of the biggest mistakes men make with women is thinking that being available 24/7 will somehow win her over. You know the drill. You cancel plans with your friends just in case she calls. You reply instantly to every text, and you make sure she knows you're always there for her. On paper, that looks like effort, but in reality, it makes you predictable, boring, and worst of all, forgettable. Think about it. When you're always available, there's no challenge, no tension, no excitement. She knows that no matter what, you'll pick up the phone, you'll say yes, you'll drop everything. And when something becomes too easy to get, it loses its value. That's not just relationships, it's human nature. Relate this to your own life. Remember the time when you were chasing something important, maybe a dream job, a rare item, or even a goal you thought was out of reach. The very fact that it wasn't easily available made you want it more. But the moment you got something handed to you without effort, it didn't feel as special. The same principle applies here. Women don't crave men who orbit around them. They're drawn to men with their own lives, passions, and priorities, men who sometimes say, I can't, I'm busy, men who don't need to. Drop everything to gain approval. Why? Because independence is attractive. It shows you're not desperate. It shows you have value outside of her attention. So here's the truth. The more available you make yourself, the less she feels the need to miss you. But when you create space, when you show that your world doesn't revolve around her, that's when she starts to notice your absence, and that's when the missing begins. Mystery beats honesty. Every time 4, mystery beats honesty every time. We've all been told that honesty is the best policy, and sure, honesty matters in relationships, but when it comes to attraction, too much honesty too soon kills the spark. Most men think that by laying all their cards on the table, sharing their every thought, every plan, every feeling, they're building connection. In reality, they're removing all the mystery that keeps a woman intrigued. Attraction isn't logical, it's emotional, and nothing drives emotion stronger than curiosity. When a woman doesn't fully know what you're about, she fills in the blanks herself. She wonders where you're going, who you're spending time with, what's really on your mind. That wondering is what keeps her hooked. But when you over-explain everything, when you're an open book from day one, there's nothing left for her to imagine. And if there's nothing to imagine, there's nothing to chase. Think about your favorite movies or books. What makes them exciting? The suspense, the unknown. If the story spoiled itself in the first 5 minutes, you'd lose interest. Women feel the same way about men. A guy who always tells her exactly how he feels, what he's doing, and where he's going removes all the suspense. And without suspense, there's no thrill. The truth is, mystery creates value. When you don't reveal everything, you force her to pay attention. You force her to think about you even when you're not around. And that's the secret. Missing you starts in the mind, not the heart. So yes, honesty has its place. But if you want a woman, even one who isn't interested at first, to crave your presence, remember this. It's not what you tell her that makes her miss you. It's what you don't. Never compete for her attention, 5. Never compete for her attention. Too many men are stuck in the trap of competing for a woman's attention. They see her post a picture and rush to comment before anyone else. They notice other guys around her and suddenly feel the need to outperform them. They think if they can just be louder, funnier, or more available, she'll finally see their value. Let's be blunt. This is weak. And women can smell that weakness a mile away. Here's the reality. If you're competing for her attention, you've already lost. Why? Because real men don't compete. They attract. A man who knows his worth doesn't care who else is texting her, who else is looking at her, or who else is trying to win her over. He understands that his value is self-evident. And if she can't see it, that's her loss. This is where most guys need a wake-up call. Stop putting women on a pedestal. Stop acting like her attention is some kind of trophy you have to fight for. That mindset makes you look desperate. And desperation never wins respect. The truth is, the more you chase and compete, the more she'll pull back and give her attention to someone else, the man who doesn't try so hard. Women are drawn to men who create demand, not men who beg for supply. The moment you stop competing and start living like you are the prize, her entire perception shifts. She'll realize that your time, your focus, and your energy are not cheap, and suddenly she'll crave them more. So, here's the advice. Wake up, man. If you're still fighting for a woman's attention, you're telling her she's above you. Flip the script. You are the standard. You are the one she should be competing for. Confidence is more addictive than love 6. Confidence is more addictive than love. Here's a hard truth most men need to face. Women aren't drawn to love first. They're drawn to confidence. You can shower her with affection, write long paragraphs, and bend over backwards to prove how much you care. But if you lack confidence, she won't feel that spark. Why? Because love without confidence feels like weakness. And weakness is not attractive. Confidence, on the other hand, is magnetic. It's the unspoken quality that makes people stop and pay attention. It's not about being arrogant or acting like you're better than everyone else. True confidence is quiet. It's the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you move through life without constantly seeking approval. Think about it. How many times have you seen a woman choose a guy who wasn't the nicest or even the best looking, but he had that unshakable self-belief? That wasn't an accident. Women are wired to respond to confidence because it signals strength, stability, and leadership. Love might make her smile, but confidence makes her crave you. And here's where most men fail. They confuse confidence with words, when in reality, confidence is action. It's making decisions without hesitation. It's standing by your opinions instead of folding just to please her. It's being comfortable walking away if you're not respected. That kind of confidence doesn't just make a woman like you, it makes you unforgettable. So here's the wake-up call. Stop thinking love alone will make her miss you. Love without confidence is dependency, and dependency is repelling. Confidence is what lingers in her mind long after you've left. That's what keeps her awake at night. That's what makes her miss you, even if she swore she wouldn't. Make her think she's losing you 7. Make her think she's losing you. Nothing makes a woman miss a man faster than the thought of losing him. It's human psychology. People don't value what's guaranteed. They value what they might lose. And too many men mess this up by making themselves a permanent fixture in a woman's life, even when she hasn't earned it. Here's the truth. If she knows you'll always be there no matter what, she has no reason to chase you, no reason to appreciate you, and no reason to miss you. But the moment she senses that your attention is slipping away, that your energy is no longer focused on her, something shifts. Suddenly, she starts questioning herself. What if he's moving on? What if another woman is getting his attention? What if I've lost my chance? That fear is powerful. It's what triggers desire. But let's be clear, this isn't about manipulation. It's about self-respect. You're not pretending to pull away. You're genuinely showing that your life doesn't revolve around her. You're showing that if she doesn't value you, someone else will. And that realization is what makes her feel your absence. So the lesson is simple. Stop making yourself a guarantee. Be willing to walk away. Be willing to let her feel the silence, and be willing to let her imagine a life without you. That's when she'll start to miss you the most. Because deep down, nothing stings a woman more than realizing she had a man she can't get back. The bottom line is, and it might sting a little, women don't actually miss the nice guy. They miss the man who has the strength to walk away and let her feel his absence. That's the harsh truth most men don't want to hear. You can be the sweetest, most loving guy in the world, but if you don't know how to create space, she won't value you, she'll forget you, and the man who respects himself enough not to beg, that's the man she ends up chasing. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been in a situation where you chased too hard, or maybe where silence actually pulled her back to you? Drop your story in the comments. I'll be checking them personally, and I'd love to connect with you, give you feedback, and maybe even guide you through your own situation. Remember, this channel isn't just about me talking, it's about building a community of men who finally understand female psychology and use it to win respect, not lose it. And before we wrap up, let me leave you with this. In the next video, we'll talk about something very important: why giving a woman your full loyalty too soon might be the very reason she pulls away. So click on that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so you would be the first to know when I release the next video. I'll see you then.